let us hop into the game, and then we can find out very quickly. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Triton, our blue Zerg player, playing for Infinity Gaming. He just took down Showtime. Can he do it again? It is Denver. And his opponent in the upper left-hand corner. In the red, our Protoss player, representing Ting and the United States of America. It is Neeb. All right, so standard openings here. This is a very interesting gateway placement. But I guess Neeb knows, he knows what he wants, man. Knows how he wants his wall to look. Gonna come in here with the probe, be a little bit annoying. Scout, make sure the pool isn't crazy early. It's not, it's a well-timed pool. And as such, Neeb will plant his Nexus down. And grab his Cybercore. All good, all good. I haven't seen Neeb play all too much, although I did get to cast him versus TLO last week. And he looked very good in that series. But Denver is a different beast here. And I do kind of assume Neeb plays on EU a lot. So I imagine these guys have their fair share of games against each other. But yeah, I'm interested in what Denver is going to bring to the table. Maybe we'll see some of those same kinds of builds we saw in his series against Showtime. I mean, Neeb was playing his own series at the time. No reason to believe that Denver couldn't bust something like that out. Neeb is going to open with a Stargate, keeping it standard. Stargate's a very versatile opening here for Neeb. Interested in if it's going to be, going to be a Phoenix first. That's what I was expecting as it's rallied to hit this Overlord. And we'll see where he decides to go from here. Phoenix first. Maybe he'll go into a double Stargate Phoenix. That would be dope. Yeah, it seems more likely it's just going to be into Oracle. I don't see Neeb as a double Stargate Phoenix kind of guy. Oh, Adept gets surrounded by Lings, but will get home safely. And the two Adepts together will hold the door. Phoenix moves out, across the map a little bit, see what's going on. Oracle. Second Oracle coming up behind this. Denver's side of the map, he's got his Spores coming up, he's got Queens coming out. Third base on the way. Nothing too crazy. Keeping it all nice, standard, and slick. Adepts will push away the Lings, and I'm going to be looking to take a third as the second Oracle and the three Adepts come over to protect that third. Lair on the way up for Denver, going to be in the natural. See what he decides to do with that. We don't have any other indication of tech just yet, although he throws down the Roach Warren right as I say that. Meanwhile, Neeb going to be dropping a Forge and a Twilight here. Has his Robo out, getting an Observer. Four drones getting taken out here. by Neeb's oracles. Doesn't lose an oracle here. Keeps them both alive. It is just 2 oracle with the 1 phoenix. And we have our first immortal. Big beefy unit. And it is going to be the lair just to get that roach speed. Oracle's coming in from the back. Going to grab 3 more drones. While a couple of adepts come into the 3rd base. Not going to be able to get too much done. Just grabbing 1 drone so far. Ooh, going to shading into the natural. Should be able to get a couple more drones. Maybe 3. There you go. Gets 3 more drones. Total up to 7. So those oracles actually gunned down a queen. Oh man, but Denver with the hidden spire. In a place that I don't think anybody ever goes. You almost never see units here. I feel like I see them here sometimes, but almost never here. Will Neeb guess that it's a spire? That's the real question. I love this from Denver. I love the hiding tech. It's really, really great. Such a clever thing to do. We do have a Stargate here. Temple Archives coming up. But Neeb not making any Phoenix, again, has no inclination that it's a Spire. And he just scouted a Roach Warren. He's been scouting in the main base. He saw no Spire. Absolutely no reason to believe that 7 Mutalisks are on the way, as well as +1 flyer attacks. And a lot of these units don't shoot up, and they are out on the map. A couple of Archons coming to join up. That's going to be really important. Hallucinated Warp Prism moves into the main. Dude, these guys are the most massive brain players I have ever seen. Hallucinated Warp Prism forces some units into the main while Neeb breaks down the rocks and wants to move into the 3rd base here, or the 4th base rather. Meanwhile, 7 Muta is going to hit the main, and Neeb still has no idea this Phoenix is going to go down very quickly. In the meantime, Neeb is hitting hard and strong at the front. Gonna be able to take down this 4th base. Ooh, some really nice force fields there, trapping a ton of roaches. Meanwhile, though, these mutas aren't really getting anything done. Meanwhile, though, the mutas do nothing. They will be able to take down this prism. Ooh, although... Actually, yeah. Nope. Denver has to tap out as Neeb killed the ground army, and there wasn't enough mutas to take out those Archons of the Stalkers that were warping in. And GG. Neeb takes game number 1. I thought those, again, Denver's hidden tech, it's like so big brain that it's like too big brain. He hides the tech, he goes for, and then he dies to something that ended up meaning hiding the tech didn't do anything for him. I can't believe those mutas didn't kill any probes. I have no idea how that happened. Ah, okay. I got really confused for a second there. Denver put the lobby link in chat, and I was like, that's not a map. And what does EC stand for? EC is, I assume, French for Ladder Edition. And it made me realize, hey, I bet you that's the map name, but in French. As Denver is a French player. Instead, we're going to be going into Simulacre, because he initially grabbed the wrong map. We were going into Belladone first, and now we're going into Simulacre. So there you go. All right, players are ready. We got the right map this time. Even has game heart. All the games today have had game art, and it's always players making these maps, and I'm very impressed by that. A lot of times players, they forget game art, you know, they're not focused on that. They got way more important things to worry about, but all these players have remembered it, and I very much appreciate it. So thank you, Denver. Thank you, Neeb, and all the other players. Well, we got some confirmation in chat that a laser qualified over a special. A laser, man, he's looking good. When he's on, man, he is on. Anyways, he's not in this series, though. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what we're doing here. One moment, please. We're having some issues. Technical difficulties. There we go. Oh boy. All right. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Simulacrum. Playing for Infinity Gaming, it is our blue Zerg player, Denver. And his opponent in the upper left. Playing for Ting, the red Protoss, it is Neeb. I apologize for those technical difficulties. Apparently I had it on the wrong screen for a little while there too. Yeah, this is not working at the moment. All right. Well, that's exciting stuff. We're getting there. We're getting there. Looks like I'm just gonna have to hit the button manually. Feels bad, man. That's all right. That's how it goes sometimes. In the meantime, things are shaping up as you'd expect in a nice little PvZ here. Wondering what Denver's gonna bring to the table this game. Neeb had that very strong attack, and because Denver was going for those mutas, he didn't quite have enough ground units to handle it. And just some nice micro there. I loved the force fields on the ramp to kill a ton of those roaches, and gave Neeb the opportunity he needed to push through and take out enough ground units, warping in stalkers back at home. But I hope to see something different here from Denver. I'm sure Neeb will have something similar planned. He is starting off with the Stargate once again. And it's very common for the Protoss to want to push on 3 bases, even if it's just a bit of a pressure instead of a kill move. Denver, please kill this time. Alright, he gets it. Good work. The Adept gets here. Too late to stop him from killing the obstructive rocks. Thank you, anonymous user, gifting a sub to Saber Lily. Much appreciated. Alright, we're starting out with an Oracle here for Neeb this time. Not going for that Phoenix because there isn't a Overlord sitting in his main base, but it is in his natural, so maybe a Phoenix following up the Oracle. That's exactly what we're going to see. Oracle will fly over a Ling though, so it will be fully scouted. Oh man, this is a quick lair coming up. I guess it's not super quick, but it sure isn't a late lair, as the 3rd base is just now coming up for Denver. Ooh, did Neeb see the lair? No vision on the lair. We'll get pushed away by all of these queens. Pneumatized Carapace on the way. Is this going to be the drop play from game number 1 of Denver vs. Showtime? I could see it happen. We've got Lings gathering at the top side right now. Well, I don't know if this is the ideal spot here. They're kind of seen by the pylon. Phoenix is hunting overlords as well. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Ooh. Adepts getting spotted. Neeb trying to move out with a few Adepts. There's a decent number of Lings here, though. They're going to be able to get right on top of these Adepts. And kill almost all of them. 2 of them making it into the third base and seeing no drones. And then warping out. And this is going to be that exact same play. We have 4 Queens coming in the Overlord from the main base. We've got 2 Dropper Lords up at the top. And let's see what Neeb has to handle this. We have Glaives on the way for Neeb. That's actually going to work a lot better than what we saw from Showtime. Another Oracle coming out as well. Ooh, but some of that Oracle energy forced to be used down here at the bottom. Meanwhile, the drop is occurring. There's a lot of Adepts, though. This should be enough Adepts to clean this up completely. But the attack at the front is happening at the same time, and the Robo is only just now coming up. Probes coming off the line. Oracle's coming in as well, starting to die very quickly here. But here come the Adepts back from the main. Glaives not quite done for Neeb. He'd really love to wait until Glaives is done. Oh, it's just Overlords in the main, so no more probes likely to be going down unless Neeb can't clean this up. And it looks like the transfuses are too good. There are still more transfuses. There they go. All right, lifting up a Queen. Gonna try to gun down this Queen. Oh, no. Oh, force field. There's just so few units left here for Neeb. He still has that worker advantage, so if he can hold off, he'll be fine. That's a big if at the moment. Queens with the hot pickup. This one at 1 HP. I don't know. I think this might be too much for Neeb to handle. He's down 30 supply now. He's going to have to tap out. GG Denver once again. Taking that series. Or taking that game, excuse me. Tying the game up 1-1. Takes that game in the same fashion as game 1 of Denver vs. Showtime. What a build that is, man. If you're looking for a new ladder build, go watch that one again. You will find it. We're going to be getting into game number 3 here, though. Whoever wins this will move forward in the bracket. And they will fight somebody from the upper bracket. They will fight Special. So whoever wins this will be fighting Special. That's going to be a good series. For sure. You know what else is a good series? This one right here that we got going on. We're going to be heading into Domaine de... Oh, I'm not trying it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, any French speakers in chat. Apologize for my French. World of Sleepers. That's where we're going to. World of Sleepers. And this is game number 2. Oh, I'm going to have to change the scene manually again. We'll get there. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner. Completely blocked by the observer chat. In the blue trunks. Hailing from France. And playing for Infinity Gaming, it is Denver. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner. Our red Protoss player hailing from the United States of America, playing for Ting. It is Neeb. Looks like everything is starting out as it should. Forgive me for a moment. I'm trying to fix my production issues. In the meantime, enjoy whoever's observing on this camera. Thank you for bearing with me. Looks like gateway expand, hatch gas pool coming out of Denver. All right, and we have successfully fixed our production issues, so I can take this camera back. Okay. Now let's see what we have going on in here. Neeb, I'm guessing he's gonna open Stargate again. That's my big guess here. That attack from Denver is so far 2 victories, 0 losses in ZVP. Hello, Cobra in chat. I hope you're doing well. I would answer your question, but you'll find out before I'd be answering it anyways. And it is going to be Stargate. Absolute shocker. Nothing too crazy going down. We got metabolic boost coming up. Oh no, he's not going to finish the rocks this time. Oh, I hope he goes back to it. It's going to be an Oracle coming out first. Might go for the Phoenix after that. I think it was getting the Phoenix based on the Overlord scouting. And there he is. There goes the Overlord. Might try to avoid that. Yeah, there he goes. Changes the rally. So he avoids the Overlord with the Oracle. The opening's looking very, very similar to what we saw in both game number 1 and game number 2, to be honest with you. Well, looks like Neeb wants to mine through this mineral field. There are a few lings here, but gonna try to take this third base over on the side. Queen's ready to push the Oracle away. Oh, look at that. Gets a larva and gets a drone. And he's gonna do some damage to the hatchery. It's beautiful. Phoenix gonna take out the Overlord, but not before he sees the Robo. We have our second Oracle coming out. Bunch of links coming across the map. Looking to try to get into this wall. One Oracle turns on, the second one, very disciplined, does not turn on its pulsar beam. And is able to shoo those lings mostly away. No, the probe. There you go. Probe was stuck for a second, but he figured it out. He got through. Oracles and Phoenix moving out, see if they can get some damage done. Lair is almost finished here for Denver. It's about the right time. A lot more workers this game than the last. And just looking for any damage these guys can get. Neeb also with a nice work account as his Nexus is getting pretty close to finishing. Gonna likely see a 4th base here from Denver pretty soon. Evo Chamber in an odd spot, but you know, nothing wrong with that. We don't have anything. Don't have any tech coming up. I mean, we do have roaches. We have Gloud Reconstitution, but we don't have any Spire. We don't have any Infestation Pit. Nothing like that just yet. Just gonna get that +1 missile attack No pneumatized carapace here for Denver either. Oracle's getting 3 more kills. Oh, 4, 5, 6 more kills. Nicely done with these Oracles. Denver does have a 4th base coming up. It'll be scouted by Neeb. Overseer coming in to scout what he can scout. +1 charge on the way. Templar Archives coming up. Immortals coming out. Shaping up similar to game number 1, it feels like, for Neeb. Oh, we have a Bane Nest coming up to Denver. We're going to get into that mid-game tech with the Bane Nest and roaches. Something like we saw versus Showtime. Here comes Pneumatized Carapace. Ooh, catches a Ravager. It does have to use 2 force fields to grab it, though. So nice catch there from Neeb. War Prism in the main base, trying to get some damage done. Not doing a terrible lot right now, and roaches will come clean it up. In the meantime, Neeb grabbing himself a 4th base. I don't know if this infestation pit has been scouted. No, didn't see the infestation pit. That could just be for Hive, or it could be for swarm hosts. Maybe even infestors. That seems a lot less likely based on this army composition. Storm is about to finish, though. We've got a bunch of High Templar gathering energy. Like 7 High Templar, that is a lot. Neeb gonna be relying on that Storm to get some work done. And it is gonna be Hive out of Denver. Getting +1 melee now as well, since he's getting those banelings, getting that centrifugal hooks. Going for a bit of a run by. Neeb's pushing through the middle of the map. Those 2, 3 stasis wards here. Big run by. Gonna run into some cannons, run into some warped in zealots. It's not gonna last very long. In the meantime, a couple of zealots shelling away at that hatchery. And Neeb's still trying to push through the middle, get a little bit of something done. Did take the hatchery down to about half health. Might be a nice target for later. This run by didn't really do anything except force a few warp-ins. I feel like Neeb is waiting for Denver to try to come attack him. That's what he's hoping for. And then a bunch of lings just get caught in stasis wards constantly. Not really happening at the moment. Attempted run by here from a few zealots. Speaking of zealots, War Prism full of zealots. Moving back on in, try to kill some workers. Lings and Banes coming into the 3rd base here. Oh, really big connection. Not enough to kill any of them though, down to 1 hit point. Only, no probes went down, maybe 1. Meanwhile, Neeb's pushing hard on creep a little bit with a bunch of lings, or a bunch of immortals and storm. Massive capture on that stasis ward, but a lot of those storms didn't hit very hard, and now Neeb's caught into a corner here. No reinforcements, nowhere to run from Biles, and Denver just absolutely pounces on this army that was posturing in the middle of the map. And Neeb is in a little bit of trouble now, except for one little thing that I didn't mention. Oh yeah, he's on triple Stargate making carriers. Now that being said, carriers do not kill this army very quickly. So Neeb may lose a base here, and he may have some issues in the future. But 2 carriers pop just in time. And Denver's gonna go home. Some Zealots running by. It looks like some Banelings hitting. Tons of probes going down. 15 probes going down. A few drones going down as well, but the Zealots will be cleaned up. And 14 Corruptors on the way. Already a Spire was in place for Denver. Starts his +1. Gets those Corruptors out. And, you know, while Neeb did lose a bunch of workers, he's still at 75 probes. He lost his Cyber Core, which is mildly unfortunate. But he's still able to build these carriers. And while there are a bunch of Corruptors coming over... Ooh, looks like this one took some bile hits, perhaps. Oh, don't go out too far. There's Corruptors out here. I think Neeb's starting to build that really nice, big army. Oh, there's only 3 carriers right now. One goes down immediately. The second one goes down. And the third one is going to go down as well. Not trading all that well against these Corruptors. In the meantime, oh, the rest of the army gets caught out by the Roaches and Ravagers and Lings in the middle of the map. And now there is virtually nothing that Neeb has back at home. Down at half the army supply. He does still have some Stalkers, but these carriers are dying so quickly, one at a time, to the Tempests, or to the Corruptors. Neeb's gonna have to tap out, and Denver defies the odds. He takes out Showtime, he takes out Neeb. He says, I'm sorry, did you doubt me for even a second? And he takes the 2-1 victory there, and will move on to face